In a lot of places, no. You don't need to have a parent there. And that's fucked up in my opinion, but no parent. However, a child does have the same rights as an adult, so to speak, where they can choose to remain silent or they can request an attorney. But most children don't know that.
Of course, they don't know that.
And that's what I've been in. I've been arrested as a teenager starting at the age of about 13. I've been arrested multiple times. Sometimes I did it, sometimes I didn't do it.
Okay.
But once you have a criminal record, you're targeted, or once you don't even need a criminal record
No, like them,
once you've
those
been
boys,
arrested a few times.
they didn't have a, well, at
Yeah,
least the youngest one didn't have a criminal
I'm
record.
talking about in my neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
In my neighborhood, you don't once there's police contact and you've been involved with the police, whether it be arrested, taken down to the station, or even picked up at night and taken home to your parents, once that contact is established, that just kind of opens the floodgates to you being harassed by police, because as much as I hate to say this, but it is true, especially in 2019, it's us against them. And that's the police mentality too. So we would get stopped by the police for no reason other than they knew our faces, they knew who we were. We could be walking to the corner store, we can be at the bus stop, minding our damn business, not doing anything illegal, but because there was police contact before, because we've either been arrested before, stopped and questioned before, whatever. Because they knew us, the more times that there was police contact with us, the more likely in the future we would have more police contact. So it's like you get targeted. There's certain kids in the neighborhood that I remember never had any involvement with the police. They've never been arrested, never been questioned, never been stopped, but they spent 99% of their time indoors in the house. We were out playing. I mean, we playing football, just going to the rec center, hanging out on what man, we've been stopped so many times. So anyway, I say all that to say, at no point did we know that when we got arrested, we didn't understand the Miranda rights. You have the right to remain silent. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one will be
Appointed.
yeah. We didn't understand that at 13, 14 years old. The only thing we knew is this is something that we heard over and over again. And this is before the internet, before before the internet was really a thing. So for those of you who would say you should have did your research, you would expect a 13, 14-year-old kid to research the Miranda rights and what they mean and what they imply. Nah, so every time we got arrested, we went down to the station. Our parents were not notified. And the police department, let me back up. Our parents were notified once we were in custody. But we would go down there, we would be in these interrogation rooms, and a lot of the times, again, because they knew our face, they knew who we were in the neighborhood, they know they had previous contact with us. It's like it was a fishing trip, and they were looking for information for other crimes in the neighborhood, or you could have been doing something petty. Like my biggest crime was truancy. I was always skipping school. So after getting taken down, getting picked up, running the streets, getting taken down to the police station, they would ask you about other people in the neighborhood. And it's like, almost, we can let this truancy slide if you tell us about, JoJo. Did he steal a car? Or is he selling drugs? Just this shit like that, like fishing basically. But no, your parents did not need to be notified that you were being questioned by the police.
They only were notified if you were in custody,
Yeah.
not that you were being interrogated or questioned.
Yep. And I was reading prior to this that in most, again, it varies. Some police departments do it as a courtesy, like, yo, we're questioning your child. But the other thing I found kind of interesting is if a police asks
Mm-hmm.
a parent, can I talk to your child? Can I question your child? If the parent says no, boom, it's dead right there. If they try to seek approval beforehand or seek permission beforehand. However, if a police officer comes up to your child and starts asking your child questions, the parent cannot intervene and say, no, you cannot ask my child these questions or what have you. So anyway, yeah, it is legal for cops to interrogate minors without a parent. So one of the things that I wanted to say today is just the same way we grew up in a time, right? Where we were taught, we were indoctrinated basically to talk to the police officers. The police officers are your friends, right?
Officer friendly.
Yeah, they're your friends. They're here to help you. Then they put these police officers in our schools, the school resource officers. They got us accustomed to police presence, right? Now, our resource officers were some dicks, so we never trusted them. But needless to say, they put police officers in these schools, and as a child, you even hear little black kids now saying, "I want to be a policeman when I grow up." Until they hit that age of about 11, 12, 13, 14 years old, and they're like, "Nah, bro, nah."
Just like the worst
Right.
possible
That's
thing.
not what I want to do. But so we were tricked into believing that we should talk to the police in any way we can help, officer. Yeah, I want to help you, officer. Whatever the crime is, I'm on your side. And then you get older and you see how these police officers treat you, especially these neighborhood cops. Man, that's foul. It's really foul. So I think that the way we teach our kids these days, especially young black boys, that the cops will fucking shoot you and kill you. We need to teach children how to ask for an attorney.
Mm-hmm.
Teach them not to talk to cops. Do not talk to police under any circumstances unless you are reporting a crime. Because if you get picked up, much like the kids from the Central Park, they're grown men now, but back then, if you get picked up and you go down to the station and you're getting questions, you're getting interrogated, they didn't know that they could ask for an attorney. And that would have deaded a lot of that shit. And again, no kid should have to know that they can ask for an attorney.
That's like taking a piece of their childhood away from them, making them grow up a lot faster than they should be. They should enjoy their childhood. They should enjoy being able to go down to the rec center and play, or toss a football around without the fear or the anxiety of being dragged down to a station and being interrogated. And especially in the way that those boys were interrogated. They interrogated them like they were grown men. And grown men sometimes even find themselves in situations where they just want to tell them anything.
Yeah, to get out of there. And then it's like, okay, we'll fix it later. Anything you say is admissible. Anything you voluntarily say, at least. So anyway, I'm gonna just sum it up by saying, parents out here listening, as much as it pains me to say this, you really need to be instilling this into your children now in 2019. Do not talk to the police. again, that's unless they're reporting a crime, maybe even against them. And I mean, there's a slippery slope too, where when you look at sexual abuse victims and stuff like that, yeah, they need to talk to the police. They need to talk to anybody, who's listening. But if your children get picked up on the street and get taken down to a police station, if the school resource officer stops your children and wants to pull them into an office and talk to them about, no, teach your children, do not talk to the police, and teach your children how to invoke their right to counsel. Ask for an attorney. Anytime the police want to question you, tell them, I need an attorney. And, a lot of people would argue and say they should ask for their parents. No, they can't. A child can refuse to answer any questions until their parents are there. That's the child's right. Fuck the parents. I need an attorney. So